He's good, one day he's bad. So I don't know what to
Hey
do.
guys, it's Brad with College Sportscast, and we are presented by DaFanBoys. All right, think I'm live. There we
You're
go.
live.
All right. I thought I was, but I can't hardly tell when this thing kicks back in on my end. So, anyway, I'm Brad, College Sportscast, DaFanBoys. This is Mr. DaFanBoy that is with me, by the way. This is Jay Jacobs that's with me tonight. And we're going to do a little special here for you. We're going to talk about the state of college sports, athletics, and then we're going to do some updates on the fanboys. So, what's up, Jay?
How's it going, Brad? How's it going? Glad to be on the show finally.
Yeah, it's you've been asking for a little while. So, my guys are busy tonight. John Roberts had a family thing event to do tonight, and of course, Jason's been swamped with AAU basketball. He's coaching actually a Joe Johnson team, a big time
Awesome.
team that's going and playing like in Dallas and Phoenix and all over the place. So that's what Jason is doing. So my guys have been busy. So I've got Jay Jacobs from South Carolina. As you can see, he's a Clemson fan. It's all over his hat. So,
In tribute to John. Point.
yeah, yeah. Well, welcome to College Sportscast. I am in Bluegrass Breads, and we are helping sponsor College Sportscast, the Fanboys, Greenville Sports Media. So check us out. I am on Google. You can find me online, Bluegrass Breads.
And try his snow cones, his ice cream, and his world famous burgers. And don't forget to make sure you say the fanboys and he'll treat you right. Now he might be a little frozen, but he will treat you right. He will take care of you. The best service you can ever get. Make sure you try Bluegrass Brads when you go to Kentucky, because it'll be so good, make your tongue slap your teeth out.
If you come near Bowling Green, look me up. Bowling Green,
Exactly.
Kentucky, that is, not Ohio. All right, so welcome, Jay, to the show, man. It's good to have you on. I know you've been kind of asking about being on the show for a while, so I'm going to start the show out. I'm just going to go ahead and get it out of the way. I'm going to start the show out with an update on Kentucky sports. So today, a couple of things happened in the basketball world today. I'll start with that. So Hunter Dickinson from Michigan announced that he's transferring to Kansas today. Yesterday, news come out that Kentucky was probably out of the running because Kentucky was not guaranteeing NIL money. And the other three schools, Kansas, Maryland, and Villanova, were guaranteeing NIL money. So John Calipari has from day one has said at Kentucky he is not doing that. Kentucky should sell itself. Once you get here, you will make the NIL money, but Kentucky is not going to use that as a tool to guarantee somebody to come here. That Kentucky should sell itself. He is sticking to his guns. And from everything I'm being told, that Kansas did guarantee him money, at least $2 million a year, from what I'm being told. And he winds up at Kansas. And then within an hour, John Calipari himself was on the Dan Patrick Show, and he starts talking about how he's going to stay at Kentucky and he's got 6 more years in his contract. He talks all about this NIL stuff and how they're not going to be guaranteeing money again, and just kind of takes the headlines, steals the headlines, Calipari did today. So there was all that was going on. And then Jay and a couple of the guys in the DaFanBoys group today was trying to give me a hard time on Kentucky football. And I want to give you guys an update, okay? We were talking about how Kentucky was trying to be the new NC State, okay? That was what you said today, all right?
So you're struggling in the middle right now.
I'm going to give you an update, okay? Kentucky, since 2018, the last 5 years, okay? The last 5 years. 5. All right? They are 40-23. That's their record in the last 5 years. They have 2 10-win seasons out of those 5 and 2 finished top 25 out of those 5. All right? Mm-hmm. They also rank 12th in college football in total amount of NFL draft picks over the last 5 years. Mm-hmm. They have 20 NFL draft picks, and that is 12th in the country over the last 5 years. And that's Kentucky football, okay? They are ranked ahead of Iowa, South Carolina, Wisconsin. They're ranked ahead of Mississippi State, Tennessee, Missouri, Louisville. All these, I mean, there's tons of teams in the country that they're ranked ahead of. They're 12th in the country in NFL draft picks. Just want to throw that out there. Now they only have 2 first round, but they have 8 second day draft picks over the last 5 years.
Well, my thoughts on this is, where is Kentucky sitting in the SEC? They're sitting in the middle. They're bobbing and weaving because of the top-heavy top. NC State, about the same way. It's either in the middle, either Wake Forest jumps over them, or you know, it's just a total jump back and forth. They're sitting in the middle. They'll have a 10-win season also, and then they'll finish 8-4. 10-win season, 8-4. They go back and forth. So
I mean, you got Clemson and Georgia over top of them. I mean, come on, you got to give them a little bit of slack. I mean,
we give them slack, but my whole point is they're in the middle, just like NC State. So, it is what it is. I mean, Kentucky used to be not even in the middle; they used to be at the bottom. So
they used to be the bottom of the barrel for a while.
Yeah, I give a lot of credit to Kentucky. They're now, instead of a guaranteed win, they're one of those guys you don't want to see, because they always want to show up right when you get a big win and you're down, and then next thing you know, they stick it to you. So I look at NC State the same way. Clemson gets a big win, go to NC State, what happens? Bam. It's just it's when you play them.
Right. All right, we'll move on. I just want to talk a little bit of Kentucky football, basketball real quick. So I want to move on. We're going to start talking about the state of college athletics. And I guess the first thing I'm going to talk about is something that I believe is good and that is this week that the 2024 and the 2025 12-team championship bracket was revealed in college football. And I just wanted, since you were going to be on, Jay, I wanted to kind of talk about it with you. What do you think of the opening round, first round games being played on campus?
This is my thoughts. You're going to have a lot of teams that's just they're going to, I don't want to say tank, but they're going to hope and pray they're not to getting that bye, because the bye means you're going to be away from your school. Whereas if you are in the first round and you're good, you're going to get that first round money.
It's going to be the teams that are 5 through 8 that get that first round home game.
Yeah, so you're looking at a Clemson, probably. You're looking at a Penn State, a team like that, probably getting a first round home thing. And I think that's good. I mean, because it brings more money. Me personally, I thought they would go to some of the smaller bowls, not the ones that don't have a good size or stadium, but I figured they would at least go to the stadiums that could hold 50, 60, 70,000.
I look at it as far as fans and the atmosphere alone. I mean, imagine what the atmosphere is going to be like in these first round home games for college football. I mean, it's going to be amazing.
All about money.
I think. Yeah,
all about the money.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be amazing. Now,
because
I can't imagine that a team would tank to play an extra game.
Well,
even if it is a home game.
Not like I said, I didn't mean to say it as in tank. They're going to hope and pray they're in that middle range. If they know they can't be a top 4 team, they're going to try to be 5 through 8. So that
basically all that means is you don't win your conference, because the top 4 teams are going to be teams that win the conference.
Yeah, that's true. But that's not even guaranteed for that, because it just depends on the bias. I mean, let's just be straight. There's going to be people up there, like we already know, they're going to look at other people. They're going to try their best to bring 2 teams from the Big Ten up into the top 4, or 2 teams from the SEC into the top 4. We already know that kind of stuff happens, because they look at the Big 12, they look at the ACC, they look at the Pac-12, not like they look at the other conferences. So therefore, it's going to be a growing process. It's going to be interesting, is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. So the first 4 teams are supposed to be conference winners, and they're going to have a bye. All right, and then you get 5 through 8 who are supposed to get the home first round playoff game, and then of course 9 through 12 will play away at one of those 5 through 8 stadiums. So you get 12 teams into this bracket. Now, this is not for the upcoming season. The upcoming season is 2023 still, and this will be for next season, next year.
Yep. And of course, by then, Texas and Oklahoma will be in the SEC. The Pac-12 teams, USC and UCLA, will be in the Big Ten. There's going to be some more movement. I just have a strange feeling there's going to be more movement pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, the landscape of college football is definitely changing. That is for sure. I mean, this year you've got Cincinnati and Houston and BYU and
UCF.
That's the other one in the Big 12 this year. So, and then of course Oklahoma and Texas are leaving next year, coming to the SEC. USC and UCLA is going to the Big 10. So there's a lot of movement that's going to happen before the 2024 season. But I'm really looking forward to the 12 team. I hope they keep it at 12 teams for quite a while. I don't think that there needs to be more than that myself. I really like the bracket itself and the field and the way they have it set up. What do you think, Jay? You like it?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
It still gives meaning. See, so what I'm afraid of and this is what I've debated on my show several times. Let's take last year, okay? Last year, Kansas State, a 3-loss team, won the Big 12. They beat TCU in the championship game. They were a 3-loss team. So does that mean the way they've got it set up, that means that a 3-loss team would be one of the top 4 seeds?
I don't think it'd be that, because I don't think it's ever going to get to that point. There's too many other teams that are around that would be higher. I think they would probably be they would probably get a home game for sure. They'd be a top 5 through 8, but I don't see them being a top 4. I know people like the Big 12. I just don't see a 3-loss team.
Now, if
being
TCU wins last year, then that's not the problem, but that's not what happened. Kansas State beat them.
But that was their only loss. So you can't.
TCU, yeah. But what I'm saying is, does that make TCU an automatic qualifier in the top 4 seeds? I say no.
You know, this committee is going to change again by then, so who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. All right, I just wanted to start out with something good. Then we're going to move on. And, Jay, this was brought up in our group chat for DaFanBoys, and I wanted to get your thoughts on this while you're on with us. So yesterday, North Carolina passed NIL for high school athletes in the state of North Carolina. Now, you are in South Carolina. It's kind of close to home.
Yep. A state that won't allow, gambling's going to give NIL. It just makes no sense.
What is going on with athletics? I mean,
it's about
I don't understand. I really don't.
They're trying to create, in my mind, states that don't do this. You're going to have players and telling their parents, I want to move to North Carolina. I want that chance to earn money while I am a high school player. And I just, NIL was supposed to be one thing and it's turning into something else. And it
was supposed to be about paying athletes in college who are at a school that deserve to get some money for their work and their effort. That's what it was supposed to be about.
Name, image, and likeness. It actually started because of the EA Sports NCAA football game.
Right.
Because players were like, we should be getting paid for being on the game. And next thing you know,
or 15, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where it kind of stemmed from. Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it was a battle. You got some states that allow certain things as far as NIL goes, some states that won't. And that's where you're looking at. You're looking at states that are trying to get this NIL thing passed to try to strengthen more and bring more players from other states that are not doing that. I don't know, man.
Here's what I want to say about it. Here's what I want to say about it, and you're opening Pandora's box.
Well, it's already
That's all
been
I'm going
to say. It's already been open, and
I mean, but taking this down to 14-year-old kids is another damn story.
Yeah.
I mean, you're taking this down to 14-year-old kids who are going to be thrown. I mean, we're not talking millions in a lot of these cases for these young kids, but they're going to be thrown $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 and come play here, come play here, come over here, transfer here. And here's what's going to happen.
They don't
creating chaos. You're losing motivation for young kids. You're not talking about a 24-year-old. You're talking about a 14.
Yeah, there's a lot of college players that don't know how to handle money. You're giving it to these young kids, and some of their parents don't know how to handle money.
Some of their parents are still young, Yeah. I mean, it's just, you're opening, it's chaos. And I think you're ruining sports, period. I mean, I really do. So I wanted to open with that. I'm going to go on to the state of the game, and I'm talk about something here, and I want to get your opinion on it. Okay. So in the 90s, there was a huge, huge deal with shoe companies and AAU basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And it created an absolute chaos and mess with AAU, where money was being thrown around, tampering was happening. Kids were signing with one and taking money and then turning around and being offered more with somebody else and leaving and going with them. And it was just chaos and a mess. And in my opinion, that's exactly, we have taken collegiate sports and we are now AAU basketball from the 90s. That's exactly what collegiate sports is right now. Right now, currently, as we speak, we have kids who just transferred in January, taking NIL deals to go to a new school, had 15 practices in spring football, and are now in the transfer portal again, looking for even more money from another school 3 months later. We have taken the collegiate game and we are now AAU. That's what the entire collegiate game is AAU. That's what we are.
Well, my opinion on this is pretty simple. I believe these players need to get paid. I believe there's college players based on what they do, things that they have to go through and stuff like that. They deserve the name, image, and likeness. I'm all for that. I just think the way it's being done is completely wrong. I agree with Dabo a lot.
It's because there are no rules and there's no guidelines.
Yeah,
there is, but nobody's enforcing them. Nobody.
Well, the NCAA's got their hands tied because some of these big colleges, like let's just put it out there, North Carolina, they got hit with a bunch of sanctions because they were basically allowing players to take basket weaving and then didn't even show up for the class. And then there was other colleges. The NCAA comes in
and got nothing from it. Actually, North Carolina didn't.
They gave them sanctions, told them that they was this, that, and then North Carolina looked at them and said, "We don't care. You don't run us." So if North Carolina can do that, not only in basketball but football, what do you think these other colleges were doing? Looking at the NCAA saying, "Yeah, we'll report fractions for making phone calls every once in a blue moon."
That's fine, like that. But somebody has to step up and create some real guidelines, and schools have to lose their collegiate license to be able to. I mean, something you have to finally step up and do something. If you don't, the state of college athletics is going to do nothing but crash. That's all there is to it. You cannot. They're technically, Jay, is supposed to be a rule of a one-time transfer.
Well, it's supposed to start again. One-time transfer next year.
You tell me how in the hell you can say you got a one-time transfer when a kid just transferred 3 months ago and is back in the transfer portal again?
Well, there's different scenarios that allow that to happen, Brad. It's just the way it is.
There's nobody enforcing anything. The NCAA says there's no pay for play. But clearly, these schools and their athletic departments and their coaches are guaranteeing money in NIL. Excuse me, I hate to tell you, but that is called pay for play. Plain and simple.
It's happening.
But NIL was not supposed to be that, Jay. NIL was supposed to be companies who represent the school, who are not tied to the school, than these kids. It's not supposed to have anything to do whatsoever with the university or athletic department themselves. None.
It is what it is.
There's not supposed to be any of that, period. And it is insanely happening everywhere.
Yep.
And nobody is enforcing it. And I'm gonna say something here that's not gonna be popular. I was really in hopes that this new NCAA president, who has a political background, might step up. I mean, he just took over a few months ago. I'm still hopeful that he might. He's going to have a whole lot of backlash if he does. But in my opinion, the only way to get hold of this is to go through. It has to be federal. It has to be federally done. The NCAA cannot be counted on to take care of this. If we are going to save athletes in college sports, something major like this is going to have to be done. That's just my opinion. And I know it's not popular. I know most people are not going to agree with me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you don't either.
Well, no, I just, when it comes to this, I really just, there's so many negatives and so many positives. It's going to take a lot to figure it out.
I just think that this is more than a wormhole. We have opened the black hole. That's what this is. This is way more than a wormhole. This is like the black hole is sucking in collegiate sports, and when you say that, it's now sucking in athletes and their families. You know,
I agree.
And it's a sad deal. And the NCAA 6-8 months ago, right before football season started, come out and said that there's no pay for play and schools can't be involved and blah, blah, blah. And it is, the NCAA is useless. Useless.
It was PR. I mean, we both know it. That's just PR. I mean, they gotta look like they're stronger than what they are, but they've already lost in court 3 times. They know they don't have a.
Then it's time somebody else has to step up, because if the federal government suspends their license to play over something like this, then it's going to stop. If they get suspended for 6 months or a year, and I'm not talking about death penalty and all that stupid crap from the NCAA, I'm talking about, a 6-month suspension of their, of operating like, to run their collegiate, whatever, football or basketball, whatever sport it is, or, a year, and just take it away, plain and simple.
But see, then you got to figure out a way to punish the companies that help cause it too, because then you're going to have to get the government to say, okay, you sponsored this guy, you paid it.
If the school itself is operating and guaranteeing money and pay for play, then it don't matter. The company can offer money. It's the school who can't. And that's where I'm at. I mean, the where we are in collegiate sports is an absolute travesty, if you ask me. That this is not what NIL was supposed to be about.
Oh no, it's not. It's gone a whole different way.
It's absolutely not at all what NIL was supposed to be about. And I actually today was very proud. I mean, I got my own issues with John Calipari and Coach Cal and everything, but I actually was very proud through all of this mess and losing players because of it and everything else. John Calipari is still standing up and doing and saying the right thing. And for my school to be one of the damn few that are still doing that, I was very proud of Kentucky, of Calipari today, standing up. We lost out on the top transfer in college basketball today, yesterday, whichever, because Kentucky won't guarantee money.
Well, haven't we heard that from a certain football coach, Brad? Oh, wait a second. What's that paw on my hat? Oh, yeah. The one everybody makes fun of and says, oh, Clemson sells itself, and that's what they tell their players. Now, don't get me wrong.
John Calipari is talking about.
Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's plenty of NIL to go around, but when it all comes down to it, Dabo tells all the players, because if you talk to some of the players' parents, they'll tell you. Dabo said, "We want your son or here to play for our team, but we're Clemson. Either you play for us or you don't. Feel free to go and visit other schools. But if you commit to us, stick with it."
For what Dabo has built in Clemson, I respect that, man. I'm telling you, I respect that a ton. I respect that. I mean, that's just for any school, any coach, any university, any athletic department that will stand up and do what's right, I respect that. And Clemson is one of them that's doing it in football. Hats off. Seriously. All right. So those are a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. I do want to get to some of the stuff that we got going on at the DaFanBoys. I'm going to start out with talking about the Real Fresh channel.
Yes.
So the Real Fresh channel is part of the DaFanBoys, and I've got a little commercial here that I'd like to play, but I do have it up. My show is featured on Sunday nights on the Real Fresh channel. He has several other shows that are featured. I think he has every day on his channel something different, except for Wednesday is still open, I believe is what he told me. But I'm going to let Howie talk for a minute. So here you go.
Hey, I am Hal Fresh here to tell you about the Real Fresh channel. That's right, youtube.com/the Real Fresh channel. We are a network aiming to bringing you various content each and every day, different types of podcasts, different type of content, anything from college sportcast and fresh takes for some sports. We also got You Want to Do What? We got the Wrestling Corner. We got live stream. Just go over to youtube.com/the Real Fresh channel and hit us up today. Thank you for checking it out. Appreciate your time.
Howie.
All right, that was Howie Fresh, part of the DaFanBoys, and that's a little commercial. Me and him kind of trade back and forth. He does one for us for WSBN TV, and that one is for his the Real Fresh channel on YouTube channel. Actually, Jay was on one of his wrestling shows tonight earlier, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah, the Macho Man Randy Savage was on live here.
Yeah, I know y'all had a little fun with you and Howie Fresh tonight, so I wanted to get that in while you were on with us, and then so we are doing Prep Red Zone camps,
Yep.
and you were at the Georgia camp this past Sunday. And I wanted to ask you about your experience and how the Georgia camp went, and how many kids were there. First of all,
There was I want to say close to 200 because the next, which is your middle school players, were the first ones on the field, and they did their drills. They were coached up by NFL greats. Were there coaching the offense and defensive line. They had a lot of assistant coaches from all different schools teaching wide receivers, defensive backs, quarterbacks. They did it all. That was the first part of the day. Then they left, and then on came the big boys, the high school guys. And trust me, all the best were there, and it was a great day. Got to meet a lot of different assistant coaches. I'm learning more and more about recruiting each and every day, and I tell you what, it's a process.
yeah, I was at Prep Red Zone Kentucky a couple of weeks back and covered the one in Louisville, and it was fun. That was the first year for the one in Kentucky. There wound up being about 75 kids at that camp. It was a cold, wet, windy day, but the kids toughed it out, and they had a great camp. And I get to go to the Tennessee camp in about 2.5 weeks, and in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And I'm looking forward to that. We also we have a team member, J-Rod, that covered the Arkansas camp this past weekend as well.
Yeah. Yeah, J-Rob was in Arkansas. We also cover Future Stars. That'll be in June. I don't know if you're going to be able to make it or not. We'll be covering that. And Vista, we appreciate you. And Future Stars, we're going to be watching the North Carolina versus Florida and South Carolina versus Georgia games. It's 2 days back to back.
Right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be in Savannah, as far as I know. And then we also help with the Phantom, 5-star Phantom group. So,
Right.
And then we also carry UA Next, which is Coach Glover and his group. Smokey and Carlito just was down in Savannah and covered that and did a great job. And Coach Glover, he is great. He makes sure he teaches up these kids, and it's just great being around and learning from these coaches and looking at the different kids and how they go through the process. And everybody does their drills a little different, even though they're the same drill. So it's just a learning process. And I'm glad that the fanboys have been glad to be a part of that, covering it, and helping these kids get the exposure, because that's what we're all about. We don't charge. We don't do anything but just go out and help these kids get to where they want to get.
We try to help them get discovered, basically.
Exactly. We have a thing called Recruiting Limo that helps out with doing that.
Right. Yeah. Jay does a show called Recruiting Limo. We've created a Recruiting DaFanBoys Twitter page. I've created a R&D College SportsCast Instagram page. So we are all about trying to get these kids some exposure and help them out. We're doing basically like classes 24 through about 28 with the
middle school
Red Zone. We have the Prep Red Zone Next kids, which is the middle school kids. So we're excited to be part of all of this. And like you said, Future Stars and UA Next, which is Under Armour, by the way. For those that don't know, on the UA Next, Coach Glover, it's a Under Armour Next is what that is. And we're excited to be a part about all of that. And you are right. We are helping 5-star Phenom out as well, and helping them out and get exposure to kids as well. So we got a lot going on with recruiting, and I just kind of wanted to get that out while you were here.
Yep.
We've got something new that I kind of helped line up. I'm going to try to get it up on the screen.
It's up.
All right. So we have got a new, as a brand ambassador for True Victory. It's a veteran-owned sportswear, and I've got it on the screen there. You're supposed to be able to scan that, and it goes directly to our DaFanBoys code. You get 15% off.
Can't beat that.
You get 15% off by using our code DaFanBoys. And I have it up on the screen there. This is the first time I've done this, guys. So if you're on with us and you try to scan this, it doesn't work, let me know. I'll try to figure out what I did wrong. But this is the first time I just set all this up yesterday. And so True Victory, it's a veteran owned and started. They were sportswear, sports gear. They have lots of stuff for women. They have accessories. They have stuff for men, hats. Check them out. We are trying our best to promote them and help them and help us at the same time. If you guys will use our code, DaFanBoys, you'll get 15% off. And I actually, if this is set up right, you won't even have to put the code in. You can scan that, and when you go online to shop, after you get your cart full and you go to check out, that link should already have our DaFanBoys code in it. If it doesn't, you can always add the DaFanBoys code if I didn't get it set up right.
The biggest thing is this helps veterans, and it helps us at the same time because we're trying to help veterans. We're also a part of Homes for Troops. So we're really reaching out and trying to help the veterans, and this is something that goes along with that. So this is a great label, great clothing line. We actually ordered some, and I'm happy with it. So True Victory, veteran-owned sportswear. Make sure that you go put your scan the code that's right here on your thing. If it doesn't scan or whatever, just go to truevictory.com and type in DaFanBoys at the very end. But this code should work, and we appreciate everybody that goes on and does this. Brad worked hard to make this happen, and we just appreciate him for doing it.
Yeah, man, it's something exciting. It's something new. Listen, they have a great message for, people who have been knocked down and want to get back up and believe they can still be a champion. And, they have a great message, veteran owned, veteran started. And, like Jay said, we're trying to help out Army vets, military vets. We do that for Home for Our Troops as well with the DaFanBoys, where they build homes for injured and wounded vets. So we're highly invested in that kind of stuff. By the way, we don't get anything ourselves from the Home for Our Troops. We're just trying to help people out.
Exactly. And Home for Our Troops, over 97% of that money goes to the person that they're building the house for. And those particular veterans are ones that need a house that is built specifically for them. And the good thing is they can pick wherever they want. So if they live in South Carolina and say they want to live in California, then that's where they'll go build a home at. So that's something that we haven't said enough, but that is something that we are a part of and have stuck behind.
I try to mention it, Jay, just about every one of my shows. I don't occasionally when I have a guest on and we run all the way to the end, I don't have enough time, but I usually try to get it in there for the Home for the Troops.
Yeah, and also something we're working on is we're going to be part of the American Heart Association, something that's dear to me. So be looking in the coming weeks for the DaFanBoys to also be a part of the American Heart Association. We're going to be doing a lot of different things with a lot of different charities because we believe in helping out, and there's all of us have been affected in some way by stuff that's going on. So we want to make sure we help our veterans, and also we want to help with the heart.
Yeah, man, that's some cool stuff. I wanted to get that up. First time available on College Sportscast tonight. Like I said, I just got this set up yesterday. True Victory. We did order some stuff. Be in soon. And we also, I'm going to go ahead and announce that it will be happening soon. We also bought a $10 gift card, online gift card, and College Sportscast will be doing a live giveaway next month. And I'll tell you a little more details about that, maybe possibly on one of the next two shows, and I'll get everything set up. But we're going to have about 4 or 5 people that you can follow, and anybody over the next month that you follow, if you follow those 4 or 5 people, then you're going to be entered into a drawing to win a $10 gift card for True Victory, and it'll happen right here on College Sportscast. We'll do it live, and for our viewers, and we will have a little drawing and do a code for it. Yep.
And on College Sportscast, we're going to be giving away a selfie stick. I got it right here. So we'll be starting a lot of different things, a lot of different giveaways. You'll have to come on and be a part of College Sportscast when we do these giveaways. Make sure you come in. Make sure you make a comment so Brad knows you're here, and know that we are going to be taking care of you. We got all kinds of things from gift cards to selfie sticks to different things that we'll be doing.
Yeah, we'll do some True Victory decal stickers as well. Probably a few of them, a handful of them.
DaFanBoys stickers.
DaFanBoys. So we're gonna have an interactive giveaway day and show sometime probably around mid-June. I haven't got it all set up yet, and I'll tell you more about it on our upcoming shows. But I did want to kind of throw it out there tonight while I had Jay on, and so we could kind of talk about it with you guys and get that going as well. The next thing I want to put up is, and I've been doing this on most of my shows, but College Sportscast also has a online shop, merch shop as well. And if I can get that to switch. I've hit it a few times. It doesn't want to come up for some reason.
There you go. It's
there
up.
it is. There it is. All right. So College Sportscast has our own merch shop, and this one does work. I have tried it. This is about the 6th or 7th show that I have put it up. I did miss one show where we had a guest on the entire time. But College Sportscast has our own merch shop. And if you're looking for, we have College Sportscast gear, just like it's on the screen. We also have stuff that is designed for volleyball, for softball, for baseball, for soccer, for football, basketball. And it's just got a basketball symbol and says College Sportscast around it, or a soccer ball or a volleyball. Just something simple to get our name out and to support all the sports, whether that is volleyball, softball, basketball, football.
We do support all sports. That's for sure.
Whichever, you know what I mean? Whichever sport you're interested in, you can find a College Sportscast shirt on our College Sportscast merch page. So, yes, I do have that one product listed there. But when you scan that code, scan that QR code, it actually takes you to the main page, and you can shop for about 10 or 12. We got some coffee mugs on there as well. You can get a coffee mug. And while I have that up and you're watching, use our code WatchCSCast for a 15% discount.
There you go. Even better deal.
I only
Price is right. Come on down.
I only do that live on our shows. I don't put it out there any other place. You have to watch to get that code.
Exactly. And coming soon, I mean, we already have it up. We just are having some issues with the site. So please understand, don't go to it in order right now. But we will have the fanboy gear. It is up where you can take a look at it. But ordering it's a whole different process right now. So we hope to have that up and going in the next month. And that's DaFanBoys.com. And there's a link that goes to our DaFanBoys gear. We got a lot of different schools. We're still working on Kentucky and a couple other schools that are not up on there yet. We do have DaFanBoy gear in several schools, but we should have, we hope to have it up and going by August. I think that's what we said, Brad. Hopefully up and going by August.
It's a great, actually, I love the DaFanBoys stuff. I can't wait to get it going. It is an absolute great thing for, for fans that are going to games, tailgating and stuff like that. It's got the little logo that's there that everybody points at when they're on my show, the little DaFanBoys logo there. And you can get it in several school colors. So like NC State colors is on there. Clemson colors is on there.
The fanboys. There's my hat. I got a gray hat with the fanboys and Clemson colors. So there's a little proof of what you can get once we get it up and going.
Right. So we're working on that one as well. The two that I've got on the screen, which was the True Victory and the College Sportscast page, are up and going. You can order.
Yep.
Again, if you are watching tonight, watching live, you can use our code WATCHCSCAST for a 15% discount. And that is something I don't tell. I don't put it on Twitter. I don't put it on Facebook. I don't put it out there. You have to watch our show to get that discount code.
Get the shirt. Get the shirt. As John Roberts would do, point, look, this is where you scan and get the shirt. College Sportscast, the hottest podcast on the air right now.
I will give you a hint. So if you go to our Facebook page, in the comments, when I put these things up, they actually stay. You can go to our past shows, and in the comments, this will be up there, and you can scan the code even afterward. Now, if you don't watch, you still won't have that Watch CS Cast 15% code. Trying to get people to watch our show, guys.
You got to get the gear. Get the gear.
We appreciate it. I just wanted to put those couple of things out there tonight while I had Jay on. This is Jay's first time being on with us, and he's been wanting to be on with us for a while. So while he was on, I wanted to kind of cover a bunch of stuff that we got going on. Those were some of them. I am wearing a shirt. This is Reaper Apparel Company. Reaper Apparel Company is another brand ambassador sponsor that I had picked up before we joined DaFanBoys, and I have a code for that one as well. You can go to reaperapparel.com and put in C Sportscast 10, and you get 10% discount, I believe, for Reaper Apparel. It's either 10 or 15. It's either C Sportscast 10 or C Sportscast 15.
Oh, mercy. Come on, Brad. If you're going to announce it, you got to know it.
I know. I'm getting old now. I can't remember now which one it is. I'll have to look it up when we get off the
air.
You
got to have one of them good snow cones you got behind you. That's what the problem is.
I haven't really, since I'm wearing the shirt tonight, I put it on and I thought, you know what, I'm at least going to say it since I'm wearing the shirt. Because I haven't really been pushing it really since I joined you guys, the FanBoys, 1st of January. I was really, but then I don't know. I I didn't want others to think that I was I don't know, that I had something that they didn't have, or I got something from you guys that I don't know. It was, so I just kind of quit pushing it. But anyways.
And if I could, Brad, I want to kind of go over what DaFanBoys.com, since we're doing this. Make sure that if you go to DaFanBoys.com, go to all podcasts. The link is up there. We have a whole pack of wolves. If you're an NC State fan, a whole pack of wolves is there. They talk about baseball, football, anything that is NC State. We got CNT Sports Talk just started again. It's now up and go. Cole and Trevor will be bringing you Clemson information. Right now, I think they're talking baseball. So CNT Sports Talk, Coach's Corner. I just did one with Coach Jerry Norris. We'll be I almost forgot about this. This Saturday, he'll be covering a football jamboree up in Piedmont, South Carolina. A lot of assistant coaches, a lot of great players. There's 6 different schools, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be at this jamboree this coming Saturday. There's information about that at greenvillesportsmedia.com. College SportsCast, of course, you're watching right now. Make sure you keep up with them. And when you go and you click on the links to these podcasts, it will have the videos if they're YouTube, or Spotify if they're Spotify, or iHeartRadio. It doesn't matter, whatever they're on, we try to have every link possible. And it has, now when on the YouTube, it should show all of the past 6 shows that College SportsCast has done. Fear the Spear FSU is kind of new, hadn't updated. The guy's going to be doing Florida, basically. I mean, Florida State on during football season. Fresh Takes, we just talked about Howie. Fun Fans podcast, Clemson podcast. You definitely got to go and listen to James and Blackjack.
Yeah,
Dame,
they're a fun one for sure.
Oh yeah, Notre Dame. We have Nathan and Mason Plummer. They're great. Golden Homers, exactly.
Golden Homers. Hey, they bring some really good info. They cover a lot of good recruiting stuff that's going on with Notre Dame. I'm actually hoping to get Nathan on the show to do a Notre Dame show soon. I think it would be a great show for College SportsCast. We are trying to cover lots of different teams and stuff. So Golden Homers is that one. Go ahead, Jay.
Oh, yeah. Greenville Sports Media Podcast, which is me. I'll be updating that on tomorrow, and it will be talking about the end of the hockey season for Swamp Rabbits and different things that are Greenville sports. And I talk a little bit about a little bit of everything. Hopeless Sportsmatic podcast. That's going to be Taylor, who was just on your show.
That's Taylor Bell. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on your NFL show. He just started back on his, so make sure you check out that. In the pod with J-Rod.
He covers Georgia, by the way, mostly.
Yep.
The Hopeless Sportsmatic. Yeah.
But he doesn't want to be known as Georgia only. He likes to be known as a little bit of every NFL also.
Yeah, he does NFL stuff too. Yeah, for sure.
In the pod with J-Rod will be starting up here pretty soon. He's actually making his podcast as we speak. He'll be talking about his prep red zone travels and everything. Orange Shades will be a Clemson football only show. So that one will start up back in football season. Wrestling and Racing is every Monday night with me and Ref Brandon, who is a professional wrestling referee in Georgia. He does he's doing South Carolina. That's something else this weekend. Is there will be a wrestling show next Saturday. It's a free show in West Union. Recruiting Limo, we talked about that. Brad's going to be doing some. I will be doing some. Recruiting Limo will be on just about everybody's shows, but there is a recruitinglimo.com site too that you can go and visit. Ref Brandon I just spoke to, he has a weekly podcast. He does it every morning, so it's always new, just like Brad has a ton of podcasts. Ref Brandon is a great one. Run the Damn Ball, which is the Nebraska podcast. He's a great guy. Yeah. Very fun. Even if you're not fans of these schools, trust me, go on, listen to them. They're great guys. Students of the Game, Smokey and Carlito just got a radio show.
In Chattanooga. Yeah, Chattanooga, out of Chattanooga.
Yes. Talk Radio 102.3 is what they're on every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Make sure you go out and listen
Eastern
to it.
time. Yep. Check them out. I listened to the last little bit of their first radio show the other night. Is really good. They do a great job. Smokey and Carlito are really into recruiting and contacts and knowing people and helping out kids, and they do a great job. So check them
Yes,
out.
they do. They're great guys, and then they're also very knowledgeable about the sport. Make sure if you're gonna go on that show, you know what you're talking about because Smokey and Carlito know the game. Trust me.
Yeah.
That's why they're called
Students
students
of the game. Yeah.
And then finally, we got the wrestling corner, which is Howie Fresh. He does that show also. Just got finished doing one with him, talking about Backlash this coming weekend. And we have another one that's on there that's showing, but it's not playing right now. But it's going to be pretty soon, and that'll be Towing the Bump, and that's going to be Justin from NC State and also Taylor from Hopeless Romantic. They're going to be doing it. I'll join in a couple times. I think Brad said he might join in a show. We got
John Roberts might be on there a time or two, maybe, from my show.
So we got a huge lineup. We got 4 podcasts that I'm looking at bringing on. So we might have some more coming in the near future. We're doing so many things. DaFanBoys is growing, and it's growing in a good way. But at the same time, we're having fun, enjoying it. We appreciate everybody that follows, listens, downloads. Appreciate everything you do for College SportsCast, making this a great podcast because Brad can tell you without you, everybody that comes on and watches, then we're wasting our time. So we appreciate everything you do.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We love putting on good shows for you guys. You know, I'll go ahead and announce on Sunday I've got Lee Wardlaw coming on with me. He is a South Carolina recruiting editor for Rivals, and he covers South Carolina, and he also covers North Carolina for Hills Illustrated, which is Rivals. So we are going to be doing a special show on Sunday at 3 o'clock Central Time that's going to be covering recruiting a whole lot, football recruiting, for North Carolina and South Carolina. And we also are going to cover some of the top football kids in the state of South Carolina and North Carolina and talk about some of them kids and where they might go and, you know, things like that. And how the recruiting cycle is going for 2024, maybe a little bit in 2025, but I know we're going to do 2024. So if you're a South Carolina, North Carolina fan, Sunday will be a great show for you. And we're covering those 2 schools. You got an SEC school, you got an ACC school. We just did one with Daniel Shirley on Tuesday night, and he covers Clemson and Georgia. We touched everything in SEC and ACC with him. Lee is a young guy. It's kind of just getting started, and he's basically just covering those 2 schools. So we're going to cover those 2 schools and the recruiting scene out of South Carolina and North Carolina with him. But we appreciate – I think Jay kind of helped hook us up with him. And Lee seems like he's really excited to be on with us, and we're looking forward to doing that and bringing fan bases of North Carolina and South Carolina to College Cast. So
we're reaching out. We're touching a lot of different people that are from different schools because we want to give everybody a perspective. And if you're watching and you're a recruiter or someone that is part of these different schools that we did not mention, reach out to us. We'll be glad to have you on the show because we love talking college sports. It doesn't matter if it's basketball.
I mean, this is College
volleyball.
SportsCast. I'm trying to get hold of people from any school and everywhere that I can. We are in the South, so most of the connections and the people and stuff that we have are in the South. So, but if you're in California and you see this show, and you're part of, I don't know, California or USC or Arizona State or wherever, you're more than welcome to come on. We will do a show about you and your school. Just let us know.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Hey, we got podcasts out in that area, Nebraska. We've had podcasters from Oklahoma, and
Oklahoma
we
was
got
with
some.
us for a while.
Yeah, Texas. We still have
Yep,
Texas.
Texas.
They're taking a break right now, but we still have Texas. So we have podcasts everywhere. We're looking for more podcasts that reach out, and we don't care. It can be a Division II school for all we care. If you know about those schools, if you know about college football, college basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball,
Yep.
College Sportscast is open to all sports.
Yep. And we've had some baseball guys on. We've had baseball guys, LSU on. We've had the Auburn baseball coach on with us, the current coach. Butch Thompson has been on our show. So, I mean, we're trying to cover a little bit of everything. And any school, I told Jay before, I'm hoping to get Nathan on from Golden Homers and do a Notre Dame show for you guys. And that'll be Nathan's really, really knowledgeable with all things Notre Dame. He does his own podcast there, and he does a great job. Check them out,
Yes,
by the
he
way.
does.
Golden Homers.
Exactly. All of our guys do a great job, and I appreciate them, and appreciate you, Brad. And the fanboys is growing. We're getting up there. We're getting noticed. We do minor league stuff. We do college stuff. We do pro stuff. If it's sports, we're there.
Yeah, Howie Fresh, the one we was talking about earlier, he covers NLB stuff. He covers NFL
Hockey.
stuff. He covers hockey,
Wrestling.
NHL stuff, wrestling, and then the wrestling and racing guy. Ref. What's his name? Ref
Brandon.
Brandon. Thank you. I couldn't think of his name. Ref Brandon. It covers racing as well. So if you're a NASCAR fan,
yeah, he does that, and then he has, like I said, his own podcast where every day of the week he talks basically racing, wrestling, or Clemson, and then on Wednesdays he does a top 10 list, which is he does it based on whatever, like he was top 10 scary movies. I mean, he tries to switch it up a little bit.
And J Rod does cover some like racing stuff too.
Drag racing
and stuff. Yeah,
he does drag racing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So whatever you're into, the Fanboys College Sportscast. If you go to DaFanBoys.com, you probably can find something that will interest you, I'm sure. If you're any kind of sports, basically, I'm pretty sure of it. So I do have the Home for Our Troops up on our screen. We were talking about it a little bit earlier when I had the True Victory Veterans Sportswear thing up on the screen. I'll get that back up too before we get off the show here, but I wanted to go ahead and pull this up. They're building homes and rebuilding lives for injured and wounded vets.
Exactly.
And, it's our 2023 nonprofit organization that we are asking each and every one of you to give to. For every dollar that you give to them, over 90 cents of that dollar goes towards building them homes. They've been doing this for over 20 plus years. And how you can give is go to www.hfotusa.org. And I try to get that in just about on every show.
Great organization.
I wanted to get that in before we go off the air. Since I had that up, then I'll switch straight to the True Victory. And I'll get that up on the screen again for you guys. 15% discount, veteran-owned sportswear, men's, women's, accessories, hats, bags, on gift cards. They have all kinds of stuff right there. Great organization, helping vets out, helping out the Fanboys and College Sportscast as well. 15% discount for you there. Scan that. Or if that doesn't work because this is the first time I've had it up on the screen, all you have to do at checkout is put in DaFanBoys code, just DaFanBoys, and you will get 15% discount on your order. And by the way, any order above $99 is free shipping as well.
Can't beat that.
Yep. Any order above $99 is free shipping as well. So I got that back up on the screen for you. Thought we'd kind of talk about that with the Home for Our Troops one last time. Jay, is there anything else going on that you can think of that we should mention or bring up? I know that I will be going on May 21st to Prep Red Zone, Tennessee to cover. I think Smokey and Carlito are also supposed to be there, and possibly John Hammonds will go with me. And we're all going to go. We're all going to go and cover the Prep Red Zone, Tennessee. Did I say Kentucky a minute ago?
No. You said Tennessee, but when you
Did I
said
say
John
Tennessee?
Hammond, oh mercy, oh mercy, oh mercy.
Yeah. All right. I want to make sure I said Prep Red Zone, Tennessee. It's in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Smokey and Carlito are in or around Chattanooga, so they're going to drive up to Murfreesboro. I am just right around Bowling Green, Kentucky, so I'm going to drive down to Murfreesboro, and actually it'll be the first time meeting them. I'm actually looking forward to meeting Smokey and Carlito. It'll be good. I think we'll have a good day, and there should be a really great camp. I know the ones that are going on this weekend, there are 3 of them. One's Pennsylvania, Prep Red Zone, one is Illinois, and one is Oregon. There is about 45 college schools that are going to be at these camps. Coaches, schools that are RSVP'd for these camps. All the way, like South Carolina is on there. Maryland is on there. Like some of Power 5 schools, there's all the way down to, Division 2, Division 3 schools are going to be there. So it gets these kids some exposure and get their name out there, and they're hoping to land a scholarship down the road.
And Smokey and Carlito, when they was down at Savannah this past, not this weekend, but the weekend before, Coach Glover said, hey, one of these guys, there's a call for you. And the boy got an offer from Florida during the camp. So trust me, there's a lot of things that can go on at this camp, at these camps. And it's just great to be a part of it and to cover as the fanboys. We were all started as fans, and now we're journalists. So it's been a wild ride.
For sure. And it's a fun one too. We're all having fun too. It's busy. Don't get me wrong, all busy, and we're all trying to get it out there and share stuff and talk about stuff and have topics to talk about and cover and everything else. So we're all busy, but it's pretty fun. And we're just starting to kind of meet each other, all of us and stuff, a little bit here and there. And it's just been a fun ride.
Yeah, and also I just want to throw this out there. The Fanboys has been powered by GreenvilleSportsMedia.com. If you're a writer or someone that would like to write, I think we got a high school writer that is joining us this summer, and he's going to be doing some writing. If you'd like to just do some freestyle writing and get articles out, please give us an email at GreenvilleSportsMedia.com, and we'll be glad to put your article out. And it doesn't matter where it's from and what it's, as long as it's sports related, we'll be glad to put it out there, and just email us at that. And we're out here to help. So not only are we doing recruiting stuff, we're also trying to help inspiring writers and journalists. Yeah,
and the Greenville Sports Media at Yahoo is the email.
Yep, at yahoo.com.
Yeah.
Also, you can follow us on our YouTube, which is the Fanboys 4545. And also on Tumblr, we got DaFanBoys, and also we got Greenville Sports Media. And on IG, we have the same thing, DaFanBoys and Greenville Sports Media.
And College
Facebook.
Sportscast is on there as well, on Tumblr and IG as well. Now, the IG is College Sportscast R&D. That stands for Recruits and Discovery. That's the only one that has a little added thing is the one on IG, Instagram.
And also we got the Greenville Sports Media Facebook group. We also have DaFanBoys and DaFanGirls Facebook group, and we also got a Coaches Corner and Recruiting Limo group. So we're a little bit everywhere. And also Let's Talk Sports. We want to give a shout out to them. They're a great company that also helps spread the word. So also we want to give a big shout out to Let's Talk Sports.
Yeah, Dan from Let's Talk Sports, he actually posted my Daniel Shirley show today, this evening, about 5 or 6 o'clock. I did share it. I haven't really been back on there to see what all has went on, but he puts our shows, College Sportscast shows out on his YouTube channel, which is Let's Talk Sports. He also has 25,000 Twitter page, and he has a Facebook page and a Facebook group as well. Both. And Let's Talk Sports, he has over 100 shows that he puts out on all of his stuff. And I'm talking about podcast, video cast, just like we are, sports. It's all sports related. And you could catch almost anything on his, like whatever team you're rooting for or whatever, you can catch it. If you're a Arizona Cardinal fan, I'm quite sure you could find Arizona Cardinals on Let's Talk Sports. They have like 110, 125 different podcasts that he's putting out. And
we want to wish Dan a health, that he get back in good health. He's been pretty sick lately, so I just want to give a shout out to him, and we're praying for you.
Yeah, absolutely. He's battling cancer, guys. So hopefully he will win that battle. We'll see. So College Sportscast, I have it on the screen there. We are doing our shows currently on Tuesday and Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Central and Sundays at 3 p.m. Central. You can catch us at those times. Also, while I am talking about that, wanting this up on the screen as well, we are now part of WSBN TV, Channel 30. So all you got to do is download the BoxCast app, and we are available on Apple TV, Roku TV, Fire Stick, but you got to have the BoxCast app. Download that app, and then you will be able to find WSBN TV. And once you find WSBN TV, College Sportscast, Channel 30.
And also the Fun Fans are on WSB.
They are, yeah, they are joining. I did go on there today. Doesn't look like that they have one of their shows has posted yet. I know it took me a few weeks to get everything set up and get going, so I'm assuming that's what they do. Have a page, and their Twitter stuff is being shown on their page, but they don't have one of their shows yet on there. But I think they are channel 24. It's either 24 or 25. I was on there today real quick. I did look, since you were going to be on, I did look to see if they were on there. They are on there. Fun Fans is the name. It's the name of the show. And they are a Clemson show, and they cover, I think, all sports in Clemson.
Yeah, they cover all sports, and they talk to a lot of the legends of Clemson.
Yeah,
There's a lot
they talk to a lot of the. Yeah,
I think they just had Grayson on there, and then they just talked to a lot of different former players and stuff that's been on the show. Woody Danzler's been on their show. So they're great. They're a great show. If you're a Clemson fan, it's definitely a show to follow and listen to.
Yep, and they're on again. They will be on WSBN TV. They have a YouTube channel, and you can listen to them as well. So, and that's what we are as well. So, go to our link tree. I've got that up for you. Our link tree has everything that we do. I actually added True Victory today to our link tree, and I also added our Instagram page, College Sportscast R&D. So there, I mean, everything. I mean, our Twitters are linked on there. I have a TikTok that's linked on there. I have Twitch. I have YouTube. I have Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Samsung, Amazon. I mean, you can find me on anything and anywhere. I'm telling you, I'm all over the place. But almost everything we do is right there. I also have Reaper Apparel Company linked on there with my discount code. I also have True Victory on there with my discount code. I've got the Prize Picks on there with the code as well. I mean, there's a ton of stuff on our Linktree page. Go there. You can find out everything that College Sportscast does. Tumblr is on there. So John Roberts' Twitter page is on there. My Twitter page is on there. So, I mean, any and everything that we do, Facebook page is on our Linktree. It's Linktree College Sportscast. That is the link. And I wanted to get that up while Jay is on with us. And I think we've pretty much covered about everything, Jay.
Yeah, I think we promoted just about everything.
Yeah, I think we've covered just about everything tonight, which is kind of what I wanted to do since have you on, and I wanted to do an update for DaFanBoys, kind of talk about some of those things that I was pretty passionate about early in the show with the way the state of college sports is right now. I think we are living in basically the wild, wild west of college sports. That's the way I feel about it. And if something's not done, I mean, just like how that blew up and everything went away, I'm afraid that that's what's going to happen to college sports. And my passion and my love for college sports would absolutely hate that if that happens.
Yeah.
So you got to have some guidelines and you got to enforce those guidelines. It does no good to say you have guidelines and then do nothing about it. If you don't believe me, have a teenager, raise a teenager, and say that you can't do all this stuff, and then do nothing about it when it happens and see if it stops.
I agree. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah. That's what I say anyway. So, Jay, I appreciate you being on with us, man, tonight. We had a fun show here. We've talked about a little bit of everything. It's great to be part of the DaFanBoys. We like you said, I didn't say too much about it. You did. We are part of Greenville Sports Media, and that's who we write articles for, and that's who we are covering all of these camps and stuff for. On the media side of things is Greenville Sports Media, and that's you as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. I am Greenville Sports Media along with our guys. But the thing about it that I love about our company is there's nobody one that's over everybody. We're all together in this. We're all trying to meet the same goals and have fun doing it. And I just, I appreciate everybody that works with us and those that's possibly going to work with us, and even those that's left us and went on to do different things. We still support them because you know what? When it all said and done, we're all here to have fun, watch sports, enjoy it, and talk about it. So that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Again, on Sunday, we're going to have Lee Wardlaw, Rivals, South Carolina recruiting editor, on with us. Going to be covering North and South Carolina. He also does Hills Illustrated for Rivals and covers North Carolina, and he covers recruiting, mainly football, I believe. So we're going to cover recruiting for North Carolina, the Gamecocks, South Carolina, the Tar Heels, and then we will also cover some of the top recruits in each state. I know we're going to do 2024. We'll probably touch a little bit of 2025. And I think 2023 recruiting cycle is pretty much ended. Yeah. So
the only thing there would be portal.
Right. But, we might talk a little portal stuff maybe with him over those two schools. So, but we've got an ACC school and we've got an SEC school there with him. So we get a little bit of both. And you got North Carolina, South Carolina. So we are looking forward to having Lee Wardlaw from Rivals on with us on Sunday. It's going to be a fun show.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you tune in to College SportsCast.
Hopefully I'll have John Roberts on with me. I'm not real sure. We'll find out. I know Jason.
Well, you never know when this guy right here might pop in just to keep you in line. You never know.
This is true. All right, guys. We appreciate you being on with us tonight. We've had a blast. I hope you guys have learned a little bit. Shop. 15% discount tonight if you're watching on our Watch CS Cast, our official DaFanBoys, our official online shop. Go to True Victory, 15% discount with the DaFanBoys. DaFanBoys.com. Y'all have a good night. I appreciate it.